All right, so welcome to this conversation with Sister Lucy. I am Jen Barron, for those of you who haven't met me before, and I am currently sitting in my house in Tasmania, Australia, at the very end of the earth. And this is Sister Lucy, and she is sitting in Pune, India. Woohoo!
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, we're so excited to be talking to each other because we haven't seen each other for 12 months. And so nice we've been messaging and saying hi like that and whatever, but nice to see each other face to face. But the purpose of today's call and for us recording this is to share with you, because we're having a fundraiser on the 19th of September and we want you all to join. And I thought it might encourage you to join if you know a little bit about why you might like to contribute to Meher at this time. So, Sister, for those people who don't know about Meher, could you just explain what your setup is, like the practical setup, like how many kids you've got there, like what your housing situation is like, blah, blah, blah?
Yes. You know that Meher, originally we started only for the destitute women, but eventually we also started for children. So at the moment, we have 49 homes. These are all for the people who have been living on the street, children who have been begging, children who have been rescued from child labor and things like that. So in these 49 homes, of course, 3 homes are for men, the homeless men, and the rest of the homes are for women and for children. And at present, we have nearly 1,000 children living in these various homes. It's not only in Pune, but we have homes in 3 states of India. Soon we will be in Calcutta and also in Karnataka and Andhra, but because of the coronavirus, everything is delayed. We cannot travel there. So because of that, everything is on hold. But more and more people have been asking me to open homes for children and also for women. And if need be, also for men, people have been asking. But it was not possible because of this, everything is delayed, as I said earlier. But we hope to do so soon after everything is open and if we find the required funds for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Sister, what is the virus situation in India? For those of us, I mean, we hear the news, right? But the news is very different from the actual situations sometimes. What is the situation you're experiencing right now?
The situation is really bad in India because, you know, the social distancing and wearing of masks, the people are illiterate. So it's very difficult to convince people to do certain things. And social distance is next to impossible, especially in a home like Meher is not at all possible because small homes and we have 20-25 children in each of these homes. So it's next to impossible. But as much as possible, we are trying to do in Meher. But in India, it is overall, if you look, it is really a bit frightening at the moment. But at the same time, I feel there's a lot of hope because on the other side, the people are willing to cooperate with the government and do things exactly. But the other side, on one side, you see the people just fighting for today's bread. So we cannot ask them, you know, to hold on because people are hungry. So they naturally have to go and fight for living. So there's a lot of, I mean, the virus is spreading very fast because of that. People have started going to work and there's no way, you know, we don't have a private car. People use what you call the common
public transport.
Yeah, transport. So naturally people do get infected.
Yeah. And Sister, it's my understanding that schools are not open in India. Is that true?
Yeah, it's not yet open and I don't think it will be open even after December, because the number is increasing. So that's why the government has kept the schools and colleges, everything is closed.
So how are you educating your students right now?
At the moment, everything is online and it is so difficult for the people because most of them don't have this mobiles for in the villages, and also there is no proper network system. So it's a real challenge for the people.
Yeah. So you're all of the hair houses, everybody's just inside and you can't go out anywhere. You're just in your own houses.
Just now, it's not possible to send them because it's so dangerous outside, because they can get infected. And our village was safe all this time, but from the time it has opened up, many cases, already 3 deaths in a small village.
Yeah. It's so sad, sister. But
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the situation outside the gates of Meher, because I know there's a lot of day laborers who are struggling. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. You know, if you open our gate outside and you will look outside, then you will see a lot of people staying on the roadside with small plastic sheds. And many of those people, almost all people, have lost their jobs. So we have been very busy during this coronavirus time, that we were distributing food grain to all the people who were coming and knocking at our gate. In fact, India closed down on March 24th, but in Pune, we had closed it earlier. So the people started coming for food grains to Meher on the 25th of March itself, and from that day till today, we are still continuing to distribute food grain. You know, we make a kits of all the things, and then we go to the village and we distribute, because it's very dangerous to bring the people, or for the people to come. There is no transportation. So we take everything in our jeep, and then we go there and distribute the food grain to the people. And yeah, not only food grain. Now during this rainy season, you know, they put this plastic sheets on the thing, and this year it was not possible for the people to renew it because they had no money. So we collected a lot of money from rich people and the companies. Many people came forward, so we were able to help quite a few people. More than, I think the number has gone up to nearly 300 people, for families, to help out in this distribution of plastic sheets for the people.
So can you just explain a little bit about the monsoon for people who haven't experienced monsoon before?
Yeah, in Pune, actually, we don't have much rain, but we do get rain when it comes to post. And so what happens was that, you know, people who are staying in this small shed, the sheets, plastic sheets were torn, and during summer it gets burned up because it's plastic. And then there were holes created, and they could not renew it because this year they lost the jobs. Because all these people, they used to go to the small companies, unorganized sectors to work. And so all these people have no jobs now. So we were, when the rainy season came, we visited them, we found what a state it was. So we started distributing the, the tarpaulin, you know, to different people's homes. And that's how we were able to keep them from getting wet.
Yeah. Sister, how are you affording that?
Yeah, everything is so expensive. For each family, we were spending almost 980 rupees. So sometimes it's a little more, sometimes less, depending on the size of the house. And so we asked different people to come forward to help us. And so there were people who were coming forward to help us, and that's how we were doing it. We are still doing, because some people from faraway villages are still coming to us.
Yeah. So the amount that Sister's mentioning is about 20 Australian dollars. So, I mean, that's quite a lot with the number of people that are around you that you're helping at this time. And what about the being able to, I mean, carry on your regular business in Meher, right? With your own people.
Yeah.
The financial situation also must be challenging, right? Because
very much,
you don't have your foreign visitors coming, and you.
Yeah. Not only foreign visitors, even local donors have almost all of them are stopped now.
Yes.
Because they can't visit us. And also those people themselves are feeling very insecure because they lost their jobs.
Yes.
Even if they have jobs, they are paid very much less now. So because of that, people have very much lessened the donation that they were sending to Maher.
Yeah. Oh, challenging situation. So
Yeah.
how can we help, sister?
I'll be grateful in whatever way you can reach out to us, because you know, the though the study is online, we have to still pay the fees, because naturally the teachers have to be kept paying, and also the schools have to be maintaining all the teachers and other things, so we do pay the fees. And government schools, of course, we don't have to pay, but the children who are going to private schools and also colleges, we have to pay.
Yeah. But I mean, you also have to feed all of them, right? As well.
Wow, that is a very big expense, feeding all the 1,000 children plus almost 500 women, and about 120 men are there.
Mm.
So paying the salaries, repairs for the houses, and a lot of work, you know, when into running a home means, you know what it is. The expenses come from all sides.
Yeah.
It's a very big challenge now, which I've never faced before. The first time I am facing this trauma, but I know the universal energy will help me out somewhere. So people like you, Jen, who have understood and coming forward, I'm so grateful to you.
No problem. Also, I just recognize also that you usually have a production unit, right, where you produce things to sell, but those pathways for selling stuff are also not available to you right now.
No, not at all. So almost 25 people have lost jobs in Maher itself, but we are still maintaining them because they need to run their families.
Yeah.
So I have to pay them some amount. I'm not the total amount of what I was paying. For some, I'm still paying the same because of their situation, and the others, naturally, I have to stop because I mean, not fully stop, partly, because I really don't have any sale.
No.
No, not at all, because the companies also have stopped calling us, because many of the companies used to keep our products. Now they are not keeping, and no visitors are coming to Maher, so naturally they don't see it, and so they don't buy it. And no people come from abroad, are not at all, they're not coming, so naturally all those are stopped also.
Yeah. So, I mean, usually Maher is an organization that does a lot to look after itself, and a lot of Indian people looking after Maher. They're not an organization that's often putting the hand out for foreign donors, but in this situation, it's really necessary because the situation in India is such that their regular income streams are not available to them. Would that be right, sister?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you feel it's important for us to know to understand about your situation right now?
What I mean, of course, what I said already about the donors not coming in now, that is a big challenge for Maher. Plus, people who are getting sick, with fear, not more because of the coronavirus. Thank God, all the houses of Maher are saved from that. Mm-hmm. To now, we have kept everyone safe, but we can never know. Yeah. That's going to be big expense if at all it comes up. But so far, we are saved from it. But other illnesses are there. So that is a big challenge for me to, to pay all the bills.
Yes. And I mean, I know you have a very large heart, sister, and a capacity to hold many challenges at once.
Yeah.
But how are you doing yourself? How are you personally?
No, I am really perfectly well in every sense, I can say. But of course, some stress is there when it comes to the paying of the salaries and paying the bills. The stress is always going to be there. 4 walls, no? So we were teaching the children how to be physically strong. That means we were seeing that all nutritious meals were served to the children. And I told them that to be strong in that way. Then emotionally, because we share a lot of love with them, so emotionally to be very strong. Then spiritually, that is, what, because of spiritual, because of all the meditation and yoga and things like that, the children were put that way also very strongly. And mentally, I told them, you all are very strong enough to be strong, because you know what the virus is and how it is being spread. So, knowledge wise, we are strong, so nothing will happen, so in that way, we made them to be so strong that, though we are all exposed to the virus, so close in our village next door, but so far all are saved. Because of these 4 strong walls, what we have told them. I said, when our house is strong, nothing will happen. So each of one has to see that our own self is very strong enough to keep away the virus. And so the children also learned that way. And I can say that so far, everything is moving well by the grace of God. I can only say it's the blessing of Almighty.
So we will also do what we can to hold those 4 walls in place for you at Meher.
Yeah.
I'll let you get back to your very busy schedule. And thanks for spending the time with us. And I'll be in touch when I have some funds to transfer your way.
Thank you. And thank you for all that you have been doing in the past. And I know that you have Meher deep in your heart. So, so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.